few years ago, Forbes published a really good article explaining how rich people think differently about money. The article itself was simple, but behind its ideas was something much bigger. Because when people talk about wealth, they usually focus on money. But Forbes argued that the real difference often starts much earlier, because wealth is rarely built from one lucky moment. Most people think becoming wealthy is about making more money, but that's usually not the real difference. The biggest difference is psychological. Successful people think differently about money itself. They see money differently, they use time differently, and they make decisions differently. And over years, those small differences completely change their future because wealth is rarely built from one lucky moment. It's built from repeated behaviors, habits, priorities, and long term thinking. While most people focus on looking successful, wealthy people focus on becoming difficult to replace, and that changes everything. They think in decades, not dollars. Most people think short term. They ask, how much does this cost? Successful people ask, what will this become over time? That is a completely different mindset. Average thinking focuses on immediate gratification. Wealthy thinking focuses on compounding. A luxury purchase might create temporary excitement, but an investment can produce value for years. And this is why financially successful people often appear less flashy than expected. While other people spend money trying to look rich, they quietly build assets behind the scenes. They understand something important. Small, intelligent decisions repeated for years become massive outcomes. And time matters more than intensity. Most people dramatically overestimate what can happen in 1 month and underestimate what can happen in 10 years. Successful people understand the long game. They say no to status and yes to growth. Many people spend money emotionally to impress, to escape boredom, or even to feel successful. But financially successful people become extremely selective about where their money goes. They often avoid constant status spending, not because they cannot afford it, but because they understand opportunity cost. Every unnecessary expense removes resources from future growth. That expensive purchase is not just the price you pay today, it is also the investment growth you lost, or even the financial freedom you sacrificed. Successful people often invest heavily in learning new skills, mentors, books, networking, or experiences that increase their value. While many people consume, they compound. They spend money, become more valuable instead of appearing more valuable. And over time, the difference becomes enormous. They build assets, not just savings. Most people believe saving money alone creates wealth. But wealthy people understand something critical. Money sitting still slowly loses value. Inflation quietly reduces purchasing power over time. This is why financially successful people focus on building assets. Assets are things that continue generating value. Businesses, investments, real estate, ownership, systems that create income without require constant time. Most people only have one income source, their job, and jobs have limits. There are only so many hours in a day, but assets can continue producing income repeatedly. This changes the entire relationship with money. Instead of constantly trading time for income, wealthy people build systems that work even when they are not actively working. They stop asking, how can I earn more money today? And start asking, how can I build something that keeps growing? That mindset creates leverage, and leverage changes financial outcomes dramatically. They focus on impact over income. One of the biggest misconceptions about wealth is believing money is only about personal gain. But the highest levels of financial success is usually from creating value for other people. Successful businesses solve problems. The more valuable the solution, the larger the financial reward often becomes. Money tends to flow towards usefulness. People who create better products, systems, services, or experiences often create enormous wealth as a result. This is why many people focus heavily on impact. The more people you help, the more value you create. And value creation is one of the foundations of long-term wealth. Wealthy people often stop focusing only on how much money can I make and begin focusing on how useful can I become. That shift changes everything. They protect their energy like their money. Many people destroy their health trying to build wealth, then later destroy their wealth trying to recover their health. Successful people understand this trap early. Your energy is one of the greatest financial assets. Without energy, your focus declines, your discipline weakens, decision making suffers, and emotional spending increases. And this is why highly successful people often become extremely protective of their sleep, health, exercise, recovery, and mental clarity. Because wealth becomes very difficult to maintain when your mind and body are exhausted. Burnout destroys long term performance, and long term success requires sustainability. Financial success is not only about building money, it is also about building a life you can continue functioning for decades.